Hi, today is October 15th, 2014, and it's about 12:30. Anyway, it's been a while since I've done one of these video blogs. I tried to do a take this morning, and I think my voice was pretty raspy and hard to hear. And I apologize for the fan in the background. It's really warm in here. Okay, so what's new in my life? Obviously the biggest change off the bat is my hair is blue. Yay! I love it. I had it done probably a month or so ago, and I had it done at Floyd's in Mar Vista, and she used Prevana Blue, which actually had much more of a cyan tint to it, which ended up fading into a green that I didn't quite care for. So I went and got a different dye, and I like this blue a lot better. I'm sure it's going to fade green, hopefully not as green as it was before, and as the roots grow out, I'll re-bleach it, which will help next time I dye it for the color to take a lot better. Anyway, exciting! My hair is cool. I love it. This makes me super happy. What else is new in my life? So on October 1st, I started a new job with a company here on the west side that I've actually been working with part-time for the last year, since last September. I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to be a great transition to move into. It's kind of a bittersweet thing because sweet that I have full-time work. It's the first time I've had full-time work since 2006, an actual staff position full-time. And I really like the company. I like what they stand for. I like what they're providing, the services that they're providing, and I just feel like it's something that I can be a part of that's good and positive and helping others out. So I work for a company that provides pet sitting services, dog walking services on the west side of Los Angeles. So we do dog walks or pet sits or like overnight stays, that kind of stuff. So I am working as a concierge for them full time. So I am receiving phone calls, dealing with their email system, scheduling, contacting sitters, coordinating schedules, new clients, internals, doing sales, all of that kind of internal stuff. So that's exciting. The bitter part, I guess bittersweet, the bitter part is it's not part of what I've been pursuing for the last 3-4 years since coming out to Los Angeles. My degree is in computer animation, and I'm a 3D artist. Completely unrelated. However, it's okay. At first, when my boss contacted me about the position to see if I was interested, I wasn't so sure I was, because it's not related. And however, I'm at peace with the decision that we made. My husband and I have a desire to have a family, and the downside to my industry, video games and film, is that it's a very volatile industry, and a lot of it is contract work. It's very hard to find long-term positions within those companies. So this is a much more stable position, and it's doing something that I love to do, and I get to work with people, and I get to work with pets. I get to work with animals, which is a lot of fun. I will be pursuing part-time on the side a graphic design business. So I will be starting my own graphic design business because I can't give up art, and I can't give up doing digital art. I love it. So, and if, say, a 3D, freelance gig comes my way, I will take it. So we'll see where that goes. I am currently going to be updating my graphic design skills. It's been a long time since I've done graphic design, and the styles change, the software changes. It's been over 10 years, I think. So I've done a few weddings here and there. I actually am really interested in pursuing graphic design stuff, custom graphic design stuff for weddings, possibly website stuff. So this is some areas I need to update my skills in, possibly scripting or whatever. Yeah, so, but working this full time, allows my husband and I to pursue having a family, which is definitely the desire in my heart. I know my husband wants to have kids eventually, and we were just not able to do that at all while I was obviously unemployed. Obviously, it wasn't a wise move on our part. So, it kind of felt like life was on hold a little bit until I could find work. So this has been a huge blessing, and I was really excited to accept this position. Another plus is I'll be working from home. So that's convenient. My commute's really short. It is Los Angeles. That's a really good thing because traffic here stinks. So that's good. Yeah. And another exciting thing that's happening, in our neck of the woods is, as a lot of you know, and some of you don't know, my husband and I are Christians. We love Jesus, and yes, looking at me, you wouldn't know that off the top of your, just like by glance. But yes, my relationship with Jesus is the first and foremost important thing in my life. And the same with my husband. And the church that we regularly attend up in Hollywood, which is an amazing church, who totally loves Jesus and is interested in reconciliation of the city with God and sharing the gospel with those in the city who are hurting and lost, and just loving people of Los Angeles. Which is really a cool thing to be a part of. Anyway, my husband and I lead a Bible study, community group, small group, whatever you want to call it, once a week. And we do more things than just once a week. We do things throughout the week. So that's really awesome. Anyway, our church, within the next, hopefully about a year, they said, one of the pastors there is actually looking to plant a new church on the west side of Los Angeles, which is much closer to us. Right now, our commute to church is about 45 minutes. Now, if there was no traffic, it'd be like a half an hour, but with traffic, it can be an hour. Sometimes it can be an hour and a half to get home, which is blah. Anyway, so we were very excited about the news that they would be planting a church on the west side. And my husband and I feel like we definitely want to be a part of that. It just feels right to be a part of that and transitioning into that. So that's something I personally am excited about because I've never been part of a church plant. I don't know what entails in that, but I'm interested in helping out and serving as much as possible. So that's I'm excited about it. Yeah, and see where that goes. So our community group is wonderful. It's really neat to have a community, local community that you can live life with and go through the hard times with, go through the good times with, celebrate with, cry with. These people are just amazing, and they become your family. And in Los Angeles, this is such a huge city. It's so massive that it can be so easy to become completely lost in the city and be completely lonely. And it can be hard to find friends. Our church is really large. It's a 3,000 person congregation, and that can be really intimidating and daunting when you're coming in new and you just don't know anybody. So the one thing I really like about community groups is it provides people a smaller group setting to get to know people and become invested in each other's lives and do this thing called life, which can be so difficult, and as people are going through happy times and going through trials, they have they have a support system of people who love Jesus and love them and are willing to walk through it with him, which is really wonderful. And it's so funny, I never pictured myself coming to Los Angeles. I had absolutely no desire to ever move here. It was actually the last place on earth that I thought I would ever want to go. But God called me here, and He really has set my heart here for now in this season, and it's really wonderful to be a part of what God is doing here and to be a part of just something really cool and something that brings hope and light to people, and the biggest thing is like reconciliation to the Lord, reconciliation to each other, and the community that God has called us to be a part of. God doesn't want any of us isolated and separated and lonely. He calls us to be a part of each other's lives, and He calls us to be community, to be family, and whether you know the Lord or not, we have an innate desire to connect with other human beings, and it's so nice to be a part of something bigger than just ourselves. So that's really exciting for me, and I know my husband is really happy to be a part of it as well. So that's cool. Other updates. I'm not really sure I have a whole lot of other updates. The big one is I got work and the church plant. Oh, the bummer update is, unfortunately, I have become a victim, of identity theft. A couple weeks ago, I found out that someone who I think is in Georgia, or they're using an address in Georgia, has stolen my social security number, my birthday, and my name. And they've applied to several different credit cards and a lending company. Anyway, thank God, thank you Jesus, it came to my attention really quite immediately, and I was able to contact all 3 credit bureaus and put a lockdown on my credit. Not just credit alerts, but actually lock my credit. So no institution can do anything with my credit until they contact me. So thank God, this person has applied to Discover cards, 2 different Capital One cards. They've applied to a lending company. There was also a ping on my credit for T-Mobile, but I contacted T-Mobile and they didn't actually apply to anything through T-Mobile, which is good. So thank goodness. I'm monitoring my credit and checking that out and seeing what's going on. So far, there hasn't been any successful activity, that I know of, that they have successfully opened anything in my name. However, there's other things. They could apply to jobs with my social security number. There's other things that they could do. So I will have to be investigating that, monitoring that, checking for taxes. There could be tax fraud, all kinds of stuff going on. So my next step is I need to file a police report with Los Angeles, LAPD. To be honest, it's a little daunting because when I went on their website to try to figure out where to even, the phone number to call to file a police report, it's a little hard to navigate. Anyway, so yeah, the LAPD website has a big old long thing on identity theft, and reading through it, I have to be honest, it was a little intimidating. They have a gigantic list of things that you need to check out and areas that somebody could affect your credit and identity and all that kind of stuff. So I was a little overwhelmed about it when going through that, but one step at a time. So I actually have decided to blog through this process. And the reason I'm going to blog through the process is my desire is to help somebody else who is dealing with this, or to put knowledge into the minds of someone who may potentially run into this in the future. It's not like they provide classes on how to deal with identity theft when you're in school. So this is, an unknown avenue, and this is something that I don't know the first thing about, and I am learning as I go. Excuse me. So my hope is to write down all of the information I glean as I go through this process and potentially help somebody else who is having to deal with this. That's my hope. Anyway, so yeah, I got to file a police report, and we'll just pray through this process, and hopefully the person who has stolen my social security number is not successful with any pursuit of fraud. And 2, we hope and pray that they are brought to justice so that they cannot do it to anybody else as well. Because I'm sure if they've stolen mine, they've also stolen other people's, and they're going to use it to their advantage. So, yeah. I think that's going to be the end of it. Thanks for listening to me ramble on, and until next time, you guys are awesome. Bye.